Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel, or welcome in. If this is your first time, but welcome back in general. If you haven't been here before, welcome to Noel's Tarot. This is the place to read cards, talk esoterically, do the dang thing. You know what I'm talking about? Hopefully, you know what I'm talking about. Thank you to those who have been here, and if you're new here, make sure to like, share, subscribe. This goes for all y'all. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Notifications. What is the sun in right now? Is the sun in Aquarius? Because I do feel kind of weird, but I always feel weird, so it's okay. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Either ways. This is supposed to be like a makeup. It's not a makeup, but like, it really feels like a makeup test, but it's not. I tried to do a late night reading the other day, and it was fine. It was a great reading, honestly. It was beautiful, but audio was kind of wacky. So if you didn't see that, don't even worry about this part. But if you did see that, I'm sorry about that. I didn't notice the audio was wacky until I tried to like edit it and like put the title on. I was like, oh crap, it was too late by then, or it was posted and crap. Either way, it's late night reading. The light's giving the vibes. We did the reading with the Hermetic Tarot, the Two of Cups. We didn't have no light in that either, so I mean, this is kind of better anyways. But it was a beautiful reading, and it basically talked about the Two of Cups, so could be continuing on. And then we also did clarifying with the Lenormand. Oh, it must be a certain time of day because my light just literally changed because I have it on a timer, but I didn't ask for it to. What the hell? That's funny. Perfect timing, you know what I'm saying? Because it's on a timer, so I know what time it goes off. But I didn't think it would go off during this because I wasn't thinking about the time. Whatever. That's funny. It's better. It's good for the late nights. I think that's gonna be the vibe for each late night reading. Is that light? I want it purple, but let me not spiel too long. Lenormand got some healing with the stork underneath that. It's beautiful. But before we do that, I didn't do it in the last one, so I thought as a little extra gift or just for funsies, I would add in one of the Wisdom of the Oracle, because my sister recently got this deck, so I've been really been dying to just throw it in a vid. It's a pretty cool deck too. If anyone's ever watched like Soulful Revolution Tarot on YouTube, she uses it a lot. Pretty cool. So I've been seeing it since I was like, I've been seeing this deck for years, so it's crazy to be able to use it. Either ways, let's get into this. We'll start with the Oracle, because I want to see what that one gives us. Did anybody recognize? You probably have other readers who use this deck. It's a pretty dope deck. I'll get the book out, because I don't know jack. As much as I've heard cards be read for this deck, I don't know jack about this deck that much. Except for that one happy card, whatever that card's about. Okay. Alright. The Wisdom of the Oracle. Got one from there. I think this is the one that's looking me in the face. Oh. Why'd I say all like that? It's a 5, which is nice, so something changing. It feels like the movie Up. Damn, I hate how much I might like this deck, because I thought it was going to be lame at first, because it kind of feels lame a little bit sometimes. Much respect. But No Place Like Home, I like that. It's number 50. It's a 5. And this is what I've been getting underneath all day. Blessed with the 22, which is a 4. So a progression, an addition, someone getting a new addition to the family. That's beautiful. Whether it's like pets, family, siblings, stuff like that. A marriage, relationship. Ooh, that's really kind of cute, honestly. But No Place Like Home, so usually this one will stand out more throughout the reading or towards the end. But you see how the blues matching the vibe? I dig it. I'm sure I could read the book and it'll tell us. Jesus Christ. Sorry, I forget. I don't usually have the books, so I'm like just having to guess 90% of the time. But I actually, it's kind of embarrassing to be honest, because I'm like, I don't know what this means, so don't check me. About the author, no. About the artist, maybe. Sorry for the late nights, they get kind of weirdly talkative, because it's... Alright. I just saw... I didn't mean to stop here, but I did see... This first thing I saw was relationship message, so, ooh, a new addition, as in a relationship. Cute. Alright, No Place Like Home. The meanings: authenticity, coming home to yourself, feeling at home, arriving at a place where you just fit, being comfortable in your own skin. The Oracle's message: home feels safe and secure. It's a comfortable place to rest and create, a place that is known and you can call yours. A place that is known and a place that you can call yours, basically. The card signals that your ability to trust yourself and feel at home in your own skin is beginning to solidify as you claim your dignity and integrity. Aspects of yourself no one can take away from you. You know who you are. You hold your head high, yet with neither pride nor humility. Instead, you stand as the observer, seeing through the eyes of your soul. This puts you in a position of power and strength from the inside. I'd be blabbing on about that too much. In the book just said it. Authenticity is your home. You are safe here in the house of your spirit and spirit. They put that last part. Your spirit, lowercase, and spirit, capital. So I like that 5 here because that 5 reminds me of Hierophant. So whatever you believe in outside of you, but you have to believe on the inside first too. But you got to believe in both. You know what I'm saying? The rules, I feel the rules are you got to believe in both and believe it, right? But the rule is you got to believe in yourself first. Whatever it is that you believe in, that's when the colors start to meld together, and that's when it's like you can choose that, you know. But that's not even the message. It basically is talking about how good it feels to be home, maybe right now. And look at that. You see the moon? What is that? It's like the that snail drawing of like the perfect mathematical thingy, the perfect human anatomy. I don't remember the name of it, but yeah, you know. I hope you know. If not, you can look it up now. I think there's a face I see in it too that I didn't see before. Weird. Not going too deep into that. Oh, the face on the person on the moon, like at home in your emotions, at home in your heart, because it's on the inside of your body, which is physically like obvious, but when it comes to like having to actually go in depth, it can be difficult because it's like you can't really physically touch the inside of your body to change it unless you're like a surgeon or a doctor, and in that case you probably shouldn't be doing surgery on yourself. Probably not. But either ways, let's get into this and see what's up. I forgot to explain that this was going to be what is it, past, present, advice, and future, just a normal read, but for the late night. I don't know why I keep saying that. Obviously it's nighttime. Gotta move some stuff out the way. Alright, Hermetic Tarot, you have the 2 of Cups at the bottom. Feels like we're flowing with the same energy as last time, but no place like home. I think that might show up towards some part of the reading. Hopefully. A lot of star energy today too. Excuse me. So, in the past, it's, did I say past, present, advice, and future? Yeah. The Chariot. Damn, I got this in my past today too. You guys are matching with the energy. You guys are feeling the vibes. Ooh, 10 of Swords at the bottom. What the heck? Sorry, I keep looking around the thing. Yeah, I have something holding up my camera. I just want to make sure everything's technically okay. 10 of Swords at the bottom. Gemini, Sun Gemini. And the Chariot, chaos, outer chaos. It feels like, so having to stable, because the Chariot, think of the Chariot and Strength are like 2 sides of the same coin. They're literally almost the same card. Like Strength is right next to it. It's the 8. It's the woman holding the lion's mouth. They're both about emotional strength. But the Chariot is more like Cancer energy. Again, that's crazy. I didn't even notice it. It's your home. 7 is Cancer. It's Chariot. It's the home. It's the body. Like, you know, your physical body is your first home, technically. And there's like physical home outside of you. But physical home outside of you would be nothing without the people that live inside of it. So that is important here. I said there's a lot of star energy too. Look at the stars. Look at all the stars. And there's 10 stars here. Feels very 10 of Pentacles. I like that because we're talking about family too. So this could be about home, family, and your past though. Like I was talking about with the Chariots, it's inner strength, and the strength comes after it, which is the strength, which is like the sort of the physical. It's like the vehicle part. Like this is the inner, and then the 8 for the strength card would be like the outer. There's a give and take. There's a fair balance of release of control and your personal power. You know, like there's a part you do and there's a part the universe does in each of those cards. So this one is about like you working on your inside emotions, while the universe works on the outside. Strength then would be the opposite, you know. Then you take on the vehicle, and they keep the flow going on the inside for you. So in the past, that's important. The 7, maybe a journey of your emotions. That's why 7 of Cups can be very interesting, because it's just like very confusing, all over the place. But it's a journey. It's like that for a reason. Sometimes it's funny. Even I noticed with the 7 of Cups that you can pick one of those options, but you don't have to. Sometimes the option you choose is yourself, and you're not one of those 7 cups. You're something very individual apart from that. That's when you find the 8 and the 8 of Cups, and they walk away, which is using the legs, the physical strength we were talking about with strength, and the number 8, which is interesting. But either way, in your past journey, emotional journey, and one where you can't touch it on the outside, you have to, and that's kind of even more painful sometimes, because like you have to it's like there's nothing you can, it's like, I don't know, there's nothing you can physically do on the outside. Maybe if it's just about control, which I feel, because I personally understand that, but I also feel it in this energy where it's like, maybe you want to be able to do everything you can to, I see those 4, it's not the 4 of Wands, but it feels like maybe like stabilize something. It's almost like trying to fix a car by yourself, but maybe you'd like, don't have the manual, or you don't know how to do it, but you're so, you know, the feeling of like still trying, and then like, I don't know, you may end up learning how to do it, or sometimes the answer is to like just to get help for someone else to do it, because your job is elsewhere, you know. I don't know, your job was elsewhere, tending to your own emotions, and the universe was helping you put your surroundings, your environment together. So either way, let's continue where you are in the present. I don't know why that was so much for the Chariot. Damn, more of that. Damn, what is this about? 7 of Pentacles. So 7 energy, journeying, a lot of journeying. And the light and the time makes me think like a journey through moonlight. So a journey through time of little light, little clarity, possibly. 7 of Pentacles in the present is like pretty nice, though. It's continuing to try, continuing to journey, like taking one step, maybe misstepping, and then trying again and doing it better the next time. It's Saturn and Taurus, so consistency. That's a lot of Earth. It feels like a grandfather teaching a young child now. So like, I don't know. It feels like ancestral. No, definitely. But also at the same time, it's like that energy of learning from the past. You know, because Taurus is like a younger energy on the younger side of the scale, and then Saturn is like that grandfather's whatever energy. So if it's like, yeah, it's like trying to be consistent, trying to learn from your past in order to cultivate a new future. And Saturn too, like the layers of what you're going through right now. I almost feel like you're having to dig deep. You see, like, this is like the top ground, and you dug deep, you found one thing, and you're like, uh-oh, pulled that thread, and now there's like more to learn, more to do, which is a good thing. But it shows you maybe you didn't know everything you knew before. I don't know, 2 7s, that's pretty lucky. That's a pretty lucky combo coming out the gate. I say 2 7s, you got the number 2 right here for judgment. We'll clarify, we'll see what's up. But 7 of Pentacles is definitely like the take it to the drawing board, do it again, try it again differently, and then succeed next time energy. But it's not about the starting again, it's not about the succeeding. With the 7 of Pentacles, it tells you about the importance of the in-between, of the journey, you know, so that's why it's important. So focus on that part if you are in that right now. Advice, the Magician. Hell yeah, I love when the magician comes out because I don't know. It's like the one in the deck that kind of hides a bit. The more so, the magician comes out, but not often. Like I'm like what major arcana? Chariot comes out kind of often. Judgment comes out a bit. Um, the Fool can be pretty heavy. Who else? The High Priestess is out quite a bit, which is interesting. But I don't know, the Magician I don't often see personally for me. That's cool though. That means he's usually probably working behind the scenes. But maybe that's your advice, to continue working. No, because if you're working behind the scenes and it just showed up, it would be more so to expand upon what you've done. So release something that you've created. This is the Magus of power. So what the power that you've cultivated, the power that you've okay. Well, that makes sense. I mean, like together, because if I got No Place Like Home and the Oracle, and then I got the Chariot, Seven of Pentacles, and Magician, it's like a learning process on how to take care of yourself and how to truly what's the word? Like drive your own emotional vehicle. It seems like maybe a lot of people have driven your emotional vehicle in the past. Like one term I can think of is gaslighting, but it's not as heavy as that. Like there's a lot of colors, a lot of different levels to with the sun, a lot of different levels to what could be going on here. Gaslighting is one of them, but just in a sense of where like people. You ever let someone drive your car? I had to scratch something to avoid anger, immediate anger. But you ever let someone drive your car? I did once. They crashed it, totaled it. But that stuff happens. But it's just like or maybe like again, different colors, different spectrums. A lot of different stuff could happen. So maybe you just let someone drive your car. Maybe they just like dented it or got some dirt on it, or maybe they did worse and it blew up. Pray that doesn't come my way. Stay. But what I'm saying is like it's like it's like that feeling of letting someone drive your car, your heart, your body, like be in control of your vehicle, your possession, your beauties, the thing you care for, tend for. And it's like you let someone else get behind the wheel. Maybe they didn't work out so well. Maybe they crashed. Maybe they didn't care for your body the way that you would care for you, the way that you would, So this is definitely like Chariot, Seven of Pentacles, No Place Like Home, the Magician. It's like, all right, let's try this again. Let's do this differently. Let me get behind the wheel. Let me take care of my own emotions. And then boom, the Magician pulls it off beautifully. I like that. So the advice definitely is you should be the one behind the wheel. See that? These are stickers I added on. I dig it because the cards had them for so long, getting so bleak. Although I do like the black and white. It helps me really see all the info. But yeah, you should be the one behind the wheel. And look at how it's above that fire, that flame. The other cool thing about adding stickers is I put them in places just for fun, and they turn out to be in like just the right spots that like show really cool info that I didn't expect. So maybe with the mission energy also, I'm feeling Aquarius in that. Like, and I just saw something about the sun is like squaring Aquarius, so you can search that up. But I know that also the sun is in. How can the sun be squaring Aquarius? And I gotta research that. See where Aquarius is whenever you're watching this. But it just feels like the energy of innovation, of creation, of doing things differently. Again, Seven of Pentacles, like doing it literally differently to get it right. I mean, assuming you want your vehicle, your car to stay safe and protected, with your physical home, right? Your body. With this, I'm also seeing you're on a different level than a lot of the shit around you, which is good, but also just be cautious of that. But this is very good because it's like they can't touch you unless you unless you get away from the controls. But just stay behind the controls, do what you got to do. Maybe this feels very kind of hermit too, but not too hermit, because I see Mercury there, which is about expansion, which is about And also the Aquarius too, like all that air energy of like picking it up and moving it. And it's like, this is air, picking it up and moving it. Maybe picking yourself up or moving yourself in situations you don't need to be in. And doing it like self-starting it too. That's Aquarius as well. It's like, and also the Aries energy and yeah, I think it's those two. But is that the Fool? Am I thinking Gemini? Or it's just this whole energy of Mercury, which is I believe it's the third house, Mercury. I don't know what else is coming out of that, because the third house is just slipping now. It's just like completely silent now, which is okay. That's okay. Keep going. The Magician has so much. Stand in your power. Stand in your power. Don't even just stand in your power, because I know that like they're literally standing. But you see like literally their emotions, the cup, the sword, the wand, the pentacle, all that. I hope I got those all. They're literally all where he's standing in that circle. Like the circle from if you've ever seen the SpongeBob episode with the man, why can I not remember? It's literally SpongeBob. I can remember every episode of that. With the bear, the sea bear, and they had to do the circle around the protective circle. It's a joke, but just imagine that. Like, it's literally a protective circle. All not even tools that you need to go out and find, because there's no reason for you to have to like leave this space to go out and find it. I feel like they're tools around you that you already have. You just have to find them and place them in the right spot, which is that Aquarius energy. There we go. Okay. Because Aquarius is picking something like the star. They pick up the water, they move it to the right spot. It's the logic of the water. It's like, it's got to go here, it's got to go there. That's kind of what the Magician is doing. But the water doesn't have to come from anywhere. You don't have to source it from anywhere else. You got your tools where you are. You have everything you need right where you are, you know? I hope. Judgment again. What the hell? Big decisions, it seems like. I don't know what they're about, though. Okay, so what's the future? Let it be Judgment, and I'll throw this deck in my backyard. I'll throw it to my backyard. Okay, we're cutting here. 4 Swords. I do like that. Rest, healing. And there's, I was looking at this sword. It was standing, but it wasn't. It's like, it's still in the downward position, which means it's not meant to strike. It's meant to hold you up, like a cane would, or just meant to be down so you can listen. You know, you're not in a battle mode. You're not in an attack mode. You're more in a defense mode, or learning, if you put it more that way. Because with the 7 of Pentacles, it's definitely learning, journeying. I like that the sword's down though, and the wand is up. Your spirit is up, and you're not talking much. You're listening. That's hopefully the advice here. 4 Swords, healing in the future. I really dig it. Look at the swords. They're all like, feels like that's the universe. That's the divine protection. That's the healing. But it's got like a pretty flower, so it's like a big distraction. But it's like at the same time, it's like a defense. At the same time, it's like the universe is like, hey, we've got collective protected. We're not. Don't come near. Just let them rest in a sense. But like, there's just things that don't need to be in your energy. In any sense. But look at even the hands. I think these are your hands. And they're just like without anything in them, different than the Magician. So your advice is to create and stand in your power, but not to attack, but just build for yourself, right? No place like home. Build your body, build yourself back up, rebuild, reconstruct, and the universe is going to protect, you know? You just have to rest. I like that. Rest and heal. There's that more of that healing star energy. And if I was talking about putting things in the right place, Four of Swords is about getting your mind to a resting space. Why do I say that? Four of Swords. I remember the Chariot has these little four things right here. It's like a boundary. What's at the bottom of the deck? Because I can't really tell. Six of Cups. It's telling me to move forward because I can't. I just know it's healing, it's rest. I don't want to just leave it there and be like, just move on. I see that these have different handles on them, which is the last thing I see. They have different handles, different ways to wield the sword in a sense. No, not even different ways, but they're just different types of swords. Why is that important? It's the handle that's different though. So maybe it's the way you handle it, or handle whatever it is that you're going to, because see, it's like the handle, the part that they hold on to. So it's whatever that you hold on to. It's whatever that you use for control, that you use for stability. Maybe anything that's good, because I see like these in the middle, they're probably a little more comfortable to hold, but the ones on the outside kind of spikes a bit. So whatever's comfortable, safe, and, you know, good for you to hold on to. You know, just, it's a safe thing. It doesn't have to be 100% good necessarily, but probably, hopefully, be good. But if it's safe and it protects your body, it's good to use it for comfort. But if it hurts, if you hold on to the handle, if you try to hold on to it and it hurts you back, it's no bueno. I think that's it for that. Norman, real quick. I guess just to clarify, late nights are fun. Alright, so you have the Chariot in the past. What do you have that with? The Broom, the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands and the Chariot make sense together. They're like movement, action. This is the Broom, cleaning things up about your emotions, because the Broom, it's and the Whip, it's like getting things into shape, but at the same time cleaning up the mess. Very King of Swords too. Sometimes it's just like the King of Swords. I don't know, this also has an element of violence to it that I also always remember, and I remember that. So maybe something, if you've had emotionally violent relationships, I'm so sorry. I feel that here as well with the Chariot, like your emotions, or maybe if you have violent emotions, or just anything where your insides, there's a lot of conflict and there's a lot of like needing to clean out your insides, put things into shape. In a sense, I feel like if you don't do that, you end up attacking everyone on the outside of you. So if you don't take care of the inside, it ends up manifesting on the outside, and it can attack those around you, because all that energy got to go somewhere. Like when you clean a room, it's like you have to realize that your room needs cleaning because there's a lot of stuff in it. So like when you clean it, it's not just gonna, like, you can't just the magician energy is not that powerful. We can't just take the trash and then like throw it into the air and it disappears. Basic law of matter is like it's got to go somewhere. So if you're being filled up with a lot of negativeness and you're not cleaning it out yourself actively, it starts to leak out of you. It's got to go somewhere, because it can't stay in you. Even if you want it to, it can't stay in you, because that's just not how. I don't want to just say that's not just how it works. It's like the way we sweat and just anything that we use as waste. You know, like our body processes, like the water, it's got to go in and out all the time. And that's just how the cycle, the process works. Otherwise, it would probably, things would get overfilled, explode, destroy. We have to release waste. So this is doing it actively. With the 11 here, it's like focusing on your individual, but also focusing on like your closest relationship. That's why I brought up like emotional relationships, like maybe volatile. If you've had anything like that in the past, maybe that gave you the wrong type of information. Maybe people who are too rough with you emotionally or physically, just stuff like that. Very not good. But like, this is you taking control, you cleaning it out. And I think you not used, but utilized like your closest relationships as mirrors, maybe, to realize like, this is what I want, this is how I'm going to make it happen, and this is how I'm going to do it for myself now. And that feeds not only just like the people around you, but then back to you yourself, and then it continues the natural cycle. So it's beautiful because like, then you heal, then the people you're closest to heal, and then like you start to move on to bigger and better relationships that actually reflect what you should have, and not people crashing your car. I'm going to pretend not to take that part personally, because this is still for you guys. But that really came out. The Seven of Pentacles in the present. The journey, the learning. What's that? The Six of Cups again, but it's the wheel. It's a shift. Right, because of the Seven of Pentacles. Oh, did this? I think this came out the other night in the other reading, but it wasn't the Seven of Pentacles. It was the Seven of Cups, maybe. It was a Seven of something. It was a seven for sure, because it was like you're doing it over and over again. Not because doing something over and over again the same exact time, what they say, it's the literal, not literal, but it's our collective osmosis definition of insanity. Because in a sense, definitely, it's like, if it didn't work, that's without imagination. So, I can't really sit on that. But, like, technically, if it didn't work one way and you do it the exact same way the next time, it's the what's the word? Jesus Christ. Chances are it's not going to happen doing it the exact same way. So, doing it differently, adding more water next time, getting less sunlight, like that type of, like, trying to nurture a plant, maybe, who knows. But the wheel here is all about a shift. It's all about things moving. Oh, it's so cool. I think my earring matches, but that's not important. But I didn't notice until now. I've had these both forever. I'm so slow. But maybe this was slow. Maybe this process was slow as well. I'll utilize that. Maybe this was a slow turn, a slow shift. But once it clicks in, then you really realize it. Because once something works, after about 7 times of it not working, when it works the 8th time, or 6, you try it 6 times and it works the 7th time, you're going to be like, oh crap, because that's a huge contrast from what it was before. So you notice a difference. You notice what you did wrong, what you did right, and how you can replicate that moving on to the 8, So this is the moment of the shift. This is the moment of the aha, the oh. And this is now like with 6 cups, it's aligning you in the present. It's aligning you up for a good future, for sure. Okay, that's beautiful. And the 16 right there is like the tower in the traditional tarot. So I guess that's pretty cool, because it's like the tower is like a big boom moment, but in at the root of it, it's basically like when a structure comes down. So it's like a boom. Oh no, world changing, ideas changing, having to rebuild after, like, and it doesn't always happen outside, so you don't really see, like, physically. Your mind can have a tower moment where you thought the world worked a certain way, and then all of a sudden, boom, you realize it has worked a different way your whole time. You just didn't have that frame in your mind, or you just see things differently. That's what that basically is, that energy. I just say that to say, like, whatever this was, it's like you didn't even see the solution to your problem, but it was like right there the whole time. But it's important to have the journey, because now you have every part of the journey that can show you, like, that you can utilize as you move forward. So the journey was so necessary, very necessary. Like, those failures and the Seven of Pentacles will tell you about you win because you went through the failures. You continue to try. That's the thing. Oh, what's up?
Just make sure you get me out of the two happening, James phone was on and on so you can like hear it.
You called me, didn't you, with the dog?
Yes,
I didn't see the call. Well, Jaden told me it was ringing, and I felt bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is ring probably me. And if you could try to keep Jaden to keep the phone charged as well.
Yeah, definitely. Damn right.
Yeah, like 4
Make
hours.
make coffee at 3 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Brew the brew. She is the reason for half these decks and this one today. So please send all your love and thanks and energy to her. Magician is your advice. Did we finish with the wheel? Yeah, it's like a big boom. I don't know if we finished with that, but you get the point. Maybe that was the universe telling me to shut up. The magician. Ooh, what's that? The owls, and I almost pulled one more, so it's coming. The owls in the bridge. That's an interesting combo. The magician was the owls in the bridge. Very interesting. And the magician with the owls is funny. Very Harry Potter, first of all, definitely. But look at the Seven of Pentacles came out again. So the magician is your advice, and you're in the Seven of Pentacles right now, right? So if you're in the Seven of Pentacles, you're in the owl energy right now. That's basically what that means. And your advice is using the magician. You see how they're using their wings to carry. So it's like carrying information with the pentacles, but this is a 12. And it would be carrying information across this bridge. So connecting two things. Why wise? I can't speak. Owls are wise energy, right? So I'm just imagining this example. I'm imagining, and look at that little one up there. It's like there are two versions of you. Maybe on each part of the bridge, on the Six of Cups, where like there's one part of you in the past, one part of you in the present or in the future. It's a weird example, but like the Seven of Pentacles, it feels like you're taking information from the past, just things that you need, pieces to help you, mature to wise, put them in the right spots, put what you learned, what you journeyed through, what you gathered, how you became wise, utilize that, take that energy, fly it across the bridge to your present self, plant that, utilize that, and let it grow, right? But with the Seven of Pentacles, it doesn't mean that, this owl is not going to go to the past and pick up every single backpack that you've ever owned, because that's not going to fly well. Literally, it's not going to fly well. It's not going to fly at all. It's not going to be appropriate, I'm feeling. Like, I don't think it's appropriate. I think that's the logic of it. Maybe if the emotions might be a thing. I see the moon here now, too. I never saw that before, but, like, it could be a journey again. Not a lot of light. So you don't see where you're going in the future. So this is past and present for sure. You don't see where you're going. But you know that you have to let go of some things, let go of some weight, so that these owls can fly over only what you need. Because they're going to be in. I love that the magician came out with this card, because this is definitely the magician energy with all these symbols. Just means you're utilizing the wand, the cup, all the tools. So utilize every tool that you have to grow something. But Seven of Pentacles, I feel like you've done your journeying for sure. Now just take the nutrients you need and plant them. It feels, take them to where it needs to go and plant them where they need to go. I hope that makes sense, because two came out and I can't spend all that time on both. Oh my god, the last thing, I can't believe my brain does this to me, because I'd be like, what am I seriously missing? And then like it gives me some goofy example. But do you remember Shrek, the first movie with the dragon bridge? That's what that kind of looks like. And I'm just imagining the scene where I haven't seen it in a while, so you might want to research it, because I didn't even remember the scene that well. But it was a scene. Oy vey. Oh yeah, they're going across the dragon bridge, and Donkey can't get across because he's seeing obviously the lava underneath him, and so Shrek is like joking with him in a sense, or messing with him, sort of like backing him up, and he doesn't even realize it. But by the time he looks down, he's already over the whole bridge. So maybe this is what this is about: not having, like, Donkey couldn't see that he would make it across, but there was a lot of fear involved. A lot of, because I was thinking, don't look down. I'm like, why am I thinking don't look down? he was saying that to him a lot, but that's basically what it is. Like, there's a journey, there's something that you need to achieve, to accomplish. And even in the movie, they were on a quest for something. So this is maybe like a quest. You're on like a journey with the magician to create something, to do something with yourself, make something of yourself with the magician. So I don't know. Don't look down. Continue to move, even if there's not like a lot of light in the situation. Yeah, I mean that is it for that one. The Shrek example really helped. I hope that helped you guys as well. Hope you got it across. But the Four Swords in the future. Four Swords. I was gonna say we started this reading with the four, with the what's that? It was a 22 in the Lenormand, I think. Because we started with the 5, No Place Like Home. And then we had that 4, which was something from something. I can't remember which deck it was from, but it was like, oh, we're progressing, going to a 4 to a 5. So maybe progressing to change something, right? And now I'm like, oh, ending with the Four Swords. It feels like you took on a journey, took on an aspect, took on one more thing. Even if you felt like you were at 4, you were stable, you had enough, but you took on one more thing, one more journey, one more process to really clean things out. It was like that extra mile, right? But after you did that, you're able to drop the weight again. So it brings you back down to the 4 is what it feels like. So I'm like, nice. So what do we have for the 4 swords? We got another freaking 4. I wanted to curse so bad, but it didn't feel necessary. Oh, fuck, now it does. Because you got the 4 at the bottom. It definitely fucking does. That's beautiful. 4 into a 40. That's 44. I like that. That's 444. So that means major stability in your future, major comfort, major dominion. I'm feeling Emperor energy, I have to say, like, without a doubt. Because if I had pulled it, does he show through? Nope. I'm just gonna let it be. Okay. Emperor's busy right now. Man, 4 swords with the home. Okay, definitely. Am I dumb? Am I dumb? Or am I... no, I'm not dumb. I'm just too focused on too many different things. But No Place Like Home. The beginning and the ending of the reading. I feel like this... Okay, so I definitely know that this journey... Let me organize these thoughts. Definitely know that this journey started at your home base. This is the first little... And this is one of the first little home feelings I'm feeling that doesn't feel as Scorpio, because they usually feel very Scorpio to me. Is that 44 on the count? I'm gonna throw up. That's hilarious. I'll hurry this up then, but they usually feel very Scorpio, because Scorpio is like the haunted house of the zodiac, which is very nice. You love a haunted house, love Halloween time. But everything has its time and its season, which is beautiful. There's a time and there's a time and a reason for every. There's a rhyme. Jesus, what did I say the other night? I fucked it up. There's a rhyme and a reason for every time and season. And now it feels very like Cancerish, because with this home and the body and the healing and the rest. The home specifically, but it's not the haunted house part of the home, which I feel from Scorpio. It's the almost the quiet, almost the comfort. It's clean. These are all very hard sounds, you see. Quiet, comfort, clean, but they very hard sounds, but they're very, I don't know. They're soft words. The meaning of it is soft, and that's what Cancer is. It's like the Cancer is like the ocean, so it's like you have to realize that the ocean is deep, but it also does have like a surface level, so you can touch the surface level. You can hit something at like you can see the front of a house, but you'll never know what it's like until you go inside, until you go deeper to the water. So that's what the Scorpio energy and Cancer energy can tell you a bit about the home. But this is the part where, like, it's like dipping into the water, and it's actually like the perfect temperature, King of Cups. very temperance energy for sure. So I don't know, healing your heart. I say all that say healing your heart, restructuring, and this is like a I'm feeling two ways, so it can go either way. Like close for renovation, where it's like, and that's a little shop of horrors. Close for renovation, where it's like you close down your house to clean it out. You're resting, you're healing, you're not, like your home is protected 100%, but you're protected. You're sort of, it feels hermity, but like healing hermity, right? So in your home, tucked away, but like healing, but also at the same time, it feels like if this is opening up, this is you opening up in a very new healed space. Like you're very open, very giving, very loving, and your home is like an open space to those who the universe trusts and that you also trust, and that like you know that you have done so well to build. It's like an imaginary like security system, but it's all built on feelings, you know, the Cancer energy. Like it's a sensory type of thing, so you know who's supposed to be in your environment and who's not, because of the journey you've been through and because of how hard you've worked to build that. So now it's like a very stable like heart, very stable position to be in. Boy, that's beautiful. I would pull one for no place like home, but I mean, what else do I need to say about that one? That's beautiful. I just think about this being a 5. And the last thing I'll say is like, it's interesting because a house is normally on the freaking ground. With the 4 there, that's how it stays stable. That's how it stays connected. That's how it stays like held by the ground. Like it roots itself there. That's Cancer too. It roots itself into the ground. But this is, you see how this is up into the air? That's not normal. That's definitely a 5. That's definitely an interesting change, a difference, right? But you realize that it's sort of like this is your physical home, possibly this is your internal home. You're not in the same, this change that you're working on, it puts you in a different, I'm trying to think if the water had like stratospheres, but they do. The water has different levels, right? I don't know. It just puts you in a different space so that you can be closer to your emotions and less close to all the shit around you. But it's important. I don't know. It's like the dark part of this moon. I feel it's like there's a lot about your emotions that don't get looked at, that don't get recognized. Maybe I can't see this face that well. This is a very interesting card. I'm gonna have to look at it so much. I'm not seeing everything, and that's maybe the point of it too. It's a feeling, it's a sense thing. So like you can't really explain it on the outside. It might be harder to deal with that. There might be like, you know, change that you're going through that you can't really explain, or possibly, I don't know. At the same time, it's like the only way you're gonna find out is if you journey into those emotions and really get into it. Express it, put it in the right spots it's supposed to be expressed, and that's how you'll find your answers. Sometimes you can't like talk and give everything out through words. You have to give it out in different ways. Like, you know, I said, like, it is like a process, like a cycle where you consume and then you have to get rid of at the same time. You consume, get rid of. With this, it's like you have to maybe, you know, definitely let emotions flow out so that some more can come in, some new ones can come in. It's a natural cycle, but in this way, it's like not just getting in touch with your emotions to figure out how to express that, but getting in touch with your roots. So think about everything you did as a kid. Like I always use art as an example because that's just my personal example, but there's so many different examples out there. There's sports, there's see, I'm just not intelligent half the time. But there's exercise, there's I don't know, there's activities that you I don't know, things that you enjoy doing, or as a kid that would express things, because as a kid you didn't have these words. As a kid you didn't have the dictionary or like the linguistics you have now as an adult, or whichever age that you are, that you know that you're trying to express these feelings. But now you do. But what did you do when you were a kid? What did you do when you were young, when you didn't have that? How did you get that out, you know, and still be a lively, nice person? Or, you know, Not to assume that you were nice, but I don't know. Either way, I'm just saying, whatever you did as a kid with the roots, with Cancer, get back to that. Find out, even if something that is not something you don't do anymore. Like, just try it out, maybe see what comes out of it. I don't know. Might help. I don't know. All done. No, that's about it for this though. I don't see anything else, and my brain's kind of turning off as we speak. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it helps. I mainly really hope it helps, because that's what this is for. So much so that I choose to do some at the nighttime when I'm like babbling like an idiot. Like, share, subscribe, comment, notifications. I'm gonna hit this. Is it hit the sack or hit the hay? I don't want to say the wrong phrase. Sometimes I say the wrong phrase and it's just awkward. There are so many sexual phrases I didn't know were sexual phrases, and I'll just say them by accident sometimes. Either ways, I hope you guys enjoy your night. Enjoy the rest of YouTube. Drink water. Cancer says drink water. My watch says to stand to do some exercise. Go do that. Enjoy yourselves. Thank you guys for being here, as always. And come back, enjoy the space. Yeah, thank you. Have a good night, guys. Bye. My chair goes.